Right, which one will be best? Which snooker game is worth your money? Just a precursor, the games, all three of the games are not out as I'm recording this. I will record another one comparing them all after I've played them. But, okay, which one do I think will be the best? Let's go through them. So there's Snooker19, Snooker Nation 19, and then later on this year there will be Snooker. This is Snooker by Stephen Hendry, and in the trailer, that's the one where he's in the trailer looking bored. He's just like, "This is snooker." All right, I love Stephen Hendry, but he's not the most charismatic man to have fronting your game. So Snooker 19. First of all, it's got the pro license. It's got all the sort of fully licensed players. So 128 licensed players. Obviously, Ronnie will be in there. Judd Trump, Mark Williams, despite him not being on the front cover, will be in the game. So you know the players that you know and love will be there. World Snooker gave Lab 42 the actual blueprints of the arenas, the way they're seated, where the tables are, the divider, all that stuff. They gave them to them, and they modelled the layout of everything, all the colours, all the camera angles from those blueprints. So, really nice, authentic snooker game, just exactly how you would see it on your TV. So that's some of the pros for Snooker 19. It also has a bespoke physics engine. They actually designed the physics engine from the ground up. These guys used to make snooker games back in about 2003, 2004. So they've made snooker games before. They've got some experience in it, quite a lot of experience in it, and they did some crazy maths if you watch the behind the scenes video with Sean Murphy in there as well. So lots of sort of good experience in the development of Snooker 19, and also a bespoke physics engine. I played it at EGX Rest about a week or so ago, and I was really impressed. I know my snooker. I've been playing snooker for a long time, since I was about 11. I don't claim to be the best snooker player in the world, but I certainly have played a lot of league matches, play for teams, all sorts of stuff, and I did win the under-21s of my local area, so yay for that. But that was a long time ago, when I was young and 15 and didn't know what girls were. So that's my sort of positives on Snooker 19. Felt really good, felt right, just felt right as a snooker game. Some of the cons, there's no career mode. I'm personally very disappointed about the no career mode. I like to make my little ugly face on my character, and snooker games don't really have a great history with this. There are some decent examples, but most of the time when you create a character in a snooker game, it just kind of looks like a monster. But that's okay. I kind of like that in a way. You can't, make your little waistcoats and your cue. That's one of the cons. The other one is slightly concerning. Not a massive game changer, but some of the animations of the characters, some of the gameplay of Mark Selby, for example, the animation isn't great. The rest, when he's using the rest actually goes through the cushion. There are some nice touches. They do have left-handed and right-handed players correct. So poor animations and no career mode are the cons. But pros, full license, bespoke physics engine, and 128 players to play with. Right, this is snooker. This is the one that I don't know that much about, apart from the trailer where Stephen Hendry is looking very, very bored. They are the makers of This Is Pool, and it is a decent simulation. I really like This Is Pool. This is snooker sort of tacked on to This Is Pool, and it was pretty good. It felt good. The balls felt clunky. Sentence that no man should say. But yeah, I remember sort of it being like a decent snooker emulation, and good physics. It just felt like, it felt like right. You could calculate the spin of the ball correctly, and you knew where the balls were going and things like that. The rest of it is pretty bare bones. You get the floaty cue sort of feature where there's no players in it. You just kind of get some weird floaty cue. I'm going off the trailer. There's very little information about it. This is snooker. Yeah, it might feature some legends. So you got Stephen Hendry in there, and there's the Legends tournament in there. So it might feature Jimmy White, for example, or Steve Davis, or Alex Higgins. I don't know, but it hopefully will feature some of the classic snooker players. As long as it's not Dennis Taylor, then we're all fine. Some of the cons for This Is Snooker are, I don't think the graphics look quite as good as something like Snooker 19. I think the graphics are okay. I mean, again, it's very easy to make shiny balls in video games, but the rest of the details, like the pockets and the wood grain and the surrounding areas, didn't look too great. Again, it's just dressing, I know, but it does add a little bit of flavour to your snooker game. So I wasn't blown away by the graphics. I even saw some of the comments in the trailer saying, is this a PS2 game? I think that's a bit harsh. PS3 maybe. Hopefully it will turn out very, very good. Pros are they know what they're doing. They've made This Is Pool. It's got decent physics in the game, feels good, and it might feature some of snooker legends in it, which is very exciting. Some of the drawbacks: poor graphics, and that trailer. That trailer looks cheap. And Stephen Hendry, fantastic snooker player, probably one of the best snooker players that I've ever held a cue. Not the most charismatic man in the world. Then we come to Snooker Nation 19, and look, I might get some hate. I realise people like Snooker Nation 19. I personally do not. I think it's a it's a bargain bin snooker game. It feels like that thing that you get it on the way out of supermarkets as a bit of an extra. I've never really got on with Snooker Nation at all, or Pool Nation. I never felt like the physics were very good. I always felt like they were just off, and it was a better pool game than it was a snooker game. And when they put snooker on it, I was just like, oh god, it just doesn't feel very good at all. I'm not happy. Please get it out of my life. But I will be trying it. I will try it when it comes out. And I'll give you a bit of in-depth of what I think of it. But no, I'm not a massive fan of it. I think from memory, I'm going off memory, and please correct me in the comments. I think there is a career mode in Snooker Nation 19, but I think it's pretty bare bones. I think it's like you put your name in and then you just go up and stuff like that. I'm confident in saying that it's not massively featured and you don't have a walkout and stuff like that. There'll be no player character models in there, not that I see anyway. They don't usually have them, so again, I would be very surprised if they had them in this. Happy to be proved wrong, but no players means no animations, which means no referee, no characters coming out. It just feels like a cheap version of a snooker game. It's so rare that you get 3 snooker games to choose from, right? So usually I'm just quite grateful. When Snooker Nation 16 came out, I bought it because I was like, well, where's my snooker game? I remember having my Xbox One and my PlayStation and be like, I need a snooker game, and that was kind of all I had, right? So that's fine, but when there are 3, it ain't gonna hold up. My conclusion in these 3 games are that I'm absolutely willing to be proven wrong. No problem, right, with being proven wrong. But I think Snooker 19 will clinch it to be the best snooker game out of the 3 because of the fully licensed, because of the bespoke physics engine, because they've got the backing of World Snooker and the experience they have. The other 2 also are very experienced, but some of them are lacking in graphics, some of them are lacking in physics. All 3 of these developers are small indie developers, so I don't want to knock them too much. Making games is so difficult, but I really do think Snooker Nation, got it wrong, Snooker 19. That's why they made it, because you just Google it and go, that looks like the snooker game, blah, 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 and I'll buy that. But Snooker 19, I think Snooker 19 is going to be the one that is going to be the best one. I really, really do think that. Again, I'm going to be looking through all of them and making sure that I give it a fair, unbiased view of which one I think is best. But at the moment, on what is today? The 14th of April, I think that Snooker 19 is going to be the winner. That's it. So thank you so much for watching my channel. I've got a lot of new subscribers because I've been sort of concentrating on snooker for the last week or so, and I really appreciate all the new people that have been watching. I will be continuing to make more snooker content, so I'm going to be uploading some other footage of different stuff. We went to an arcade club in Bury, where there's loads of retro games and stuff. I'll put a video up of it very briefly now, and it's just a fantastic place. So I'll be uploading some videos about that and how our podcast, we do a podcast every week, we all met up and some of the listeners came, and it was just a great day. So people who are new to the channel, please be aware that snooker isn't going away. I'm still going to be making stuff about snooker, but I also urge you to check that out if you're interested in the arcade club. I have no affiliation with it. It's just a passion, really. And I interviewed the guy that founded it, and he was a super nice guy called Andy. And it's just a really interesting place. So if you don't know about it, check it out. It doesn't have actually any pool or snooker games. But he does have a pool table, so that's something. But they do have VR as well, so we could be like Ronnie when he fell through the table in VR.
What are you going for, the 6? Oh, wrong. Jesus.
So yeah, check out those videos, but don't worry, I'll be making more snooker content. The last thing that I want to say is that I get most of my inspiration for what snooker videos to make from the comments. I genuinely do. Like that is just a great source of inspiration. So please do keep commenting below, and if you want to tell me what you want, right? Because people have been asking me, will you review it and play through it, or both, or none? And I was like, I don't know. I have no idea what to do with this kind of new interest in snooker that I've got. And it's very flattering that people give a shit about what I think about these snooker games. But yeah, just tell me what you want, and I'll get to work and start grafting away. Snooker19 and the other Snooker Nation is coming out very, very soon. So I realise that these videos are kind of going to be irrelevant and will drop off into people's interest. So I need to be making different content for you guys. So I want to know what you want me to make. That's pretty much all I've got to say, apart from thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you on the table.